Hi, Charles Moman here. Today I'd like to show you how to hook up your Runaway Camper, and I'd also like to show you a product made by DuraSafe, the Protect and Connect device. Stay tuned. Well, before I show you how I hitch up my Runaway Camper, I want to point out a couple of things. One is, for my demo, I'm going to be using my big F-150 4x4. It's got big tires, so it sits up higher. And so in order to make the camper level with this vehicle, I had to buy a combination with a 3 1/4 inch drop, and that allows me to be level. Now my wife's Grand Caravan, on the other hand, I had to buy a 5 1/4 inch drop, but what we do is we turn it upside down and slide it into the hitch. And so with the Grand Caravan, this is what works to get the camper level. They make all different combinations, so you'll have to find what will work best for your vehicle with your Runaway Camper. Let me show you how the DuraSafe product, the Connect and Protect device, works before I roll the camper up and show you how I hook it up. I'm going to move the camera in much closer so you get a close look at it, and you'll see how this works. Well, installing the DuraSafe product is pretty easy. You take your ball off your mount, you lay this on, drop the ball, washer, nut, tighten it up, and you're ready to use the product. There are two parts to it. The Connect part is this big V, and it slides into these slots. And with this, as you'll see in my demo, when I back in to the camper, this either side gathers the hitch in. So if I'm off this side or off this side, it will move it over and line it up right over the ball so it's ready to hitch. Another nice feature about it is when you back up, you're not going to run into your bumper or the back of your vehicle. So after we've connected and we're all hitched up, then you'll see that this will be dropping in, and there'll be a pin, and I'll be showing you that later, but this drops in, and what it does, it prevents the hitch from bouncing off this ball. Now if you put it on correctly, and you are going to need to do that, and it's latched on, it's not going to come off. But for me, I just like the peace of mind of this extra protection. So what this does is this sits above the hitch, as you'll see, and it stops it from, if something radical happened, it would stop it from coming off the ball entirely, and you would hear noise for sure, but you would know you could get over safely and get that hitch back on the ball properly. Another nice thing about the Protect device is it also serves as a step. So if I leave this hitch on and I've got it latched on there, I can use this to step up and get into the back of my truck real easily. Or if you had a vehicle with a rack, you could stand on it and reach up on top. So that's another nice little added benefit about it. I think we're ready to go. Well, let's back it up, and this time I'm going to try to go in just perfectly straight, and then I'll do it again where I'm going to make sure I'm off center so we can see that this is moving it over. So there you see it, it gathered it. It was off a little bit. I'm going to do it again and try to get over to the edge one way or the other, so you'll see it slide in, but you can see it has it over the ball ready for us to drop it and get connected. Let's do this again. Well, there you go. You can see that even if you're off center and you're anywhere in this range, you're going to have the hitch will be, as I call it, gathered in. It slides it over right over the ball. All right, now, so we've got the hitch over the ball, and so now we're just going to lower it and drop it on the ball and make sure it's completely seated on there. There we are. We're all the way down. We latch it, get the chains down. I'm going to plug in the electric. It's only one way to plug it in. And of course, before you would take off, you would get your car running, get the lights going, check the tail lights and turn signals, make sure everything is working. So don't just trust that you plugged it in. Check it every single time, because you could have something happen to your wire or the grounding wire or something, who knows what. Always check. Now we get the chains on, and of course you cross them. So now we're all hooked up, and what some people actually will do is they'll run this back up, and you'll see that it's lifting their vehicle some to make sure that it's not on. But just eyeball it, and you'll see that that ball is completely encased in there. And now a couple more things we should do. We should get this locked. So I'm going to put my handy dandy lock in here. There we go. Now it's locked on tight. Of course, if somebody really wants to steal something, they can cut this, but we do what we can to keep people from stealing our Runaway. So I've got my lock on, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the jack all the way up. There we are. We're ready to go. We've got the ball covered with the hitch. It's locked tight. Got the latch down. I've got the lock. I've got the jack up. And 99% of the people, that's what they do, and that's what I've done for years. But recently, I found out about this product from DuraSafe, so let me show you that next. So this next part probably isn't really necessary. Most people don't use these, but I saw it, and to me it gives me some peace of mind. So this is the protect part. So I'm going to slide this in. I'm going to use the second hole here. Slide it in, go across. And then what they give this pin, so you can use a pin, or again another lock like this would work. And there we go. It's locked in. Everything is tight. And another thing that I did recently was I added an anti-rattle hitch. So it just hooks here underneath, and what it does, it just keeps the tow bar in the hitch very, very tight, in the receiver very, very tight, and I don't hear any rattling anymore, which kind of drove me crazy. So there you go. That's how you hitch up your Runaway. Be safe, make sure you're level, get the right size of rise or drop, and you'll be good to go. Have fun on your journey. So let me guess, you want me to show how we hitch up to a regular vehicle because most of you are not using a big honkin' 4x4. Okay, you get your wish. So as I told you yesterday, obviously with the Grand Caravan we're much lower to the ground, so the other hitch off the truck wouldn't work at all. So I found a Reese combination of 5 1/4 inch drop, flipped it over, slid it into the receiver, and this makes us perfectly level with the Runaway Camper. And so I'm using the DuraSafe product as well here, and let's get going. So I think I'll use Leon's method, where you set the hitch about halfway on the ball, put the weight on it, get the camper weight on it, and then just barely slide it and it drops in. And I just pull it forward and it drops down, locked in. What?
Aren't you done with that hitching video yet?
Well, I thought it was done last night, but I'm still tweaking it. You know, I'm not quite there yet.
Oh my goodness, you're such a perfectionist.
Well, they expect it to look good.
Get on there.
Oh. Okay.